This evening, mysterious illness strikes woman blind. The PPP brings the ERC into the GCOM controversy. The Route 44 minibus madness continues. In the region, in Mexico, whole town's police force arrested. And internationally, Algeria abandons 13,000 refugees in the Sahara Desert.
From Safe TV headquarters in South Rival Gardens, this is Safe TV Headline News with George Gonzalez.
Today is Monday, June 25th, 2018, and this edition of Headline News is now being streamed live on our Facebook page and YouTube channel. I am Bibi Bacchus, sitting in for George Gonzalez. Thank you for joining us. President David Granger has declared today a national day of mourning for the victims of the April 27th and May 3rd piracy attacks off the coast of Suriname. The attacks have left close to 20 fishermen dead or missing. The president called on all public and private cooperation agencies and other bodies to fly the national flag at half-staff to demonstrate solidarity with the families of those killed in what he described as grisly and gruesome acts, and to pay the respects to the memory of the victims. Earlier this month, we reported that several Route 44 minibus operators expressed their anger with the union responsible for the industry. In this report, Wendell Jeffrey tells us that the conflict is far from over.
We came this morning, we decided that we will normalize the park as it normally works, whereby as you come in, you load, right? So we came early and they came after and they tried to block the road.
Pandemonium broke out again today at the 44 East Coast Minibus Park as the minibus union sought to defy the ruling of the town clerk and have all the buses load in their respective order like they used to. The dispute between the University of Guyana Minibus Association and the industry bus drivers started about 2 weeks ago after about 10 of the drivers left the union and started their own group. 2 weeks later, it seems like little or nothing has been done to resolve the issue between the two factions.
This park here is blatant racism. You understand? The industry buses are racist. They do not want African people to work UG Park.
Chairman of the United Minibus Union, Mark De Lima, said that he can speak on the matter of race because his mother is of Indian descent.
And anybody out there can't say I'm racial because I have Indian blood. My mother's Indian. But I do not condone to racism. Racism is evil.
According to De Lima, the industry drivers spent all day at the office of the town clerk, Royston King, because they had made an agreement with the town clerk and they wanted him to enforce the agreement.
They're across the road because they made some corrupt agreement with City Hall, Royston King, to mark out this road here, this street here, in favor of them.
When Channel 2 Headline News visited City Hall today, we saw some people sitting outside of the town clerk's office. They were the drivers and owners of the industry buses, and they were all of Indian descent. We tried to get a comment from them, but none of them wanted to speak directly to us.
What's the problem?
I spoke to you that day. Why tell you that today now we come for a different story, personal things with us, not with what we talked about the last time. That's why we're sitting here.
So you don't know why you're here?
I know why you're here, but that's something what you can look after.
But give me the correct thing. Tell me what you want me to say.
No, we have to say nothing right now. It's not something that you can look after right now. No, man, I'm saying it's not something that we can look after. This has nothing to do with what we spoke about the last time.
Ian Andrews, president of the United Minibus Union, made a brief remark to Channel 2 Headline News.
Well, I assume that they would have gone to the person that they're paying $3.5 to. Every time they have a problem here, they run straight to Mr. King. The constabulary don't know anything, the engineer department knows nothing. So what is this direct relationship with Mr. King? And boasting about the $3.5 they're paying. They are buying public space. I hope that good sense will prevail and you keep out to this story because there's nothing wrong here. The problem has been created by City Hall. There was never a problem at this park.
Efforts to reach town clerk Royston King and his PR department were unsuccessful. For Channel 2 Headline News, Wendell Jeffrey.
Thanks, Wendell. June 24th to 30th, 2018 is recognized as the 15th Annual Disability Awareness Week. Yesterday, the Ministry of Public Health kicked off the week with a simple ceremony held at the Hugo Chavez Rehabilitation Center in Region 5. The Ministry of Public Health has begun a public awareness campaign as the country observes Rehab Week 2018. An official launch for the week of activities was held at the Hugo Chavez Rehabilitation Center at West Coast Berbice on Sunday. The Director of the Disability and Rehabilitation Services of the Health Ministry, Dr. Ariane Manger, said, "This year's observance emphasizes the need to highlight increased efforts towards an improved community-based care throughout the country. This year, we chose this theme because we would like to better serve various communities, especially our far-flung areas. Most of all, we would definitely want to give patients a higher standard of care, thus improving the quality of service we currently offer." Minister within the Ministry of Public Health, Dr. Karen Cummins, who delivered the feature address, noted that the ministry, through its Disability and Rehabilitation Service, continues to work to develop and maintain the profile and coverage of its respective facilities across the length and breadth of Guyana. She said, despite working in a resource-constrained healthcare system, the workers' concept of value must become a standard component of rehabilitative care in Guyana. Rehab Week is being celebrated from June 24th to 30th, 2018, under the theme, Increasing Coverage and Enhancing Quality. Shamar Allen brings us some of the crime stories over the weekend.
On Saturday, wardens of the Lusignan prison confiscated several contraband items from the inmates. According to reports, a prisoner with 2 blades was disarmed by another prisoner who threw the blades out of the holding bay and reported the matter to the officers. Later that day, wardens intercepted a civilian who attempted to throw packages of marijuana over the prison walls. Police retrieved the drugs. However, the unknown male was able to evade capture. A 59-year-old housewife, Roxanne Carrington, is in police custody after she was found on Saturday with 2,555 grams of cannabis and 1,451 grams of cocaine. Carrington of Old Housing Scheme Bartica reportedly hid the drugs in a box and a bucket in her home. Acting on information, the police visited the woman's house around 1 a.m. and conducted a search. They found the illegal drugs in Carrington's bedroom. Police said she admitted to knowing the drugs were in her house and told the cops that someone gave it to her to keep. She remained in custody pending charges. And finally, on Sunday evening, a 30-year-old farmer, Imran Light, died at the Port Moran Hospital after ingesting a poisonous substance. Light of Lemar Village, East Berbice Quarantine, murdered his reputed wife last Thursday. He reportedly drank the poison after stabbing 28-year-old Tavani Simmons over 12 times and fleeing the scene. The couple leaves behind 4 children to mourn their deaths. Reporting for Headline News, Shamar Allen.
Thanks, Shamar. Don't go away. Coming up after the break, the PPP brings the ERC into the GCOM controversy. Young woman loses sight to mysterious illness. But first, here is today's foreign currency exchange rates.
For the latest in news from Guyana, the region, and beyond, visit our website, headlinenewsguyana.com.
The Big King you love just chickened out. Introducing the new Chicken Big King with 2 crispy chicken patties and our signature King sauce. The new Chicken Big King, now part of our Burger King favorites. Only at Burger King, where taste is king.
Need a ride around town and beyond? Look no further than Oasis Ride Taxi Service. With affordable prices and some of the best drivers in the business, we've been delivering prompt and reliable service to Guyana for over 16 years. We also offer tours, chauffeur service, and even car rentals. You can call us at 231-5554 or 225-5496. For deals, specials, and more information, find our page on Facebook. Oasis Ride Taxi Service. Let's go.
You know, I'm tired telling you, stop thief electricity. Don't shush me. You're gonna kill yourself and burn down people out. Stop, I'm telling you, stop. This man don't hear you know. Hiya go. Look, I fed up with this stupidness, eh? I gonna fix this one here once and for all. Hello, GPL? Hey now, I got a big problem wrong here. They got this chap who continuing to do this. Alright, Skipper, you are under arrest for stealing the electricity.
Oh, we can live now.
People, stealing electricity is dangerous to life and property, and it is also against the law.
Welcome back. George Gonzalez brings us the court cases coming out of the Georgetown Magistrates Court today.
On Monday, 23-year-old Tashawn McKenzie appeared before the Georgetown Magistrates Court charged for simple larceny. It is alleged that on May 12th, he stole one music cart valued at $768,180. The cart was the property of Ezeke Jackson. Jackson and McKenzie are known to each other. The charge read that at around 9 p.m. on the day in question, McKenzie uplifted the cart from Jackson and subsequently never returned it. Calls to his phone went unanswered, and Jackson later reported the matter to the police. The music box was never recovered. McKenzie denied the charge. The prosecution objected to bail, citing that McKenzie was previously charged and convicted for a robbery under arms charge and also has a pending matter in the Sparendam Magistrates Court. It was further noted that he was also convicted for escaping from the Lusignan prisons. Principal Magistrate Judy Latchman refused bail. Tashawn McKenzie was remanded to prison and will return to court on July 16th. Channel 2 Headline News, George Gonzalez.
Thanks, George. According to the chairman of the Ethnic Relations Commission, the entity's board may be new, but it is already swamped with complaints. In this report, Wendell Jeffrey tells us that one of the complaints involves the controversy surrounding the hiring practices at the Guyana Elections Commission.
According to the chairman of the newly reconstituted Ethnic Relations Commission, ERC, there are several complaints that the entity has received. Bishop John Smith, the chairman of the commission, is reported to have said that the commission has been flooded with multiple complaints and cases for investigation. Last week, former President Jack Dio said that the PPP supports the complaint made to the Ethnic Relations Commission by their commissioners.
And questions being raised by the People's Progressive Party and the commissioners, PPP nominated commissioners.
The PPP's latest gripe with GCOM comes from their fallout over the way the past Deputy CEO, Vishnu Prasad, was treated.
He left GCOM not because he was fired, not because of his poor performance. He lost the job there simply because his contract expired in a period when the commission was not functioning.
Jagdeo then listed several points to show that in a head-to-head matchup against any of those who were interviewed, Prasad should have been the one elected as the deputy CEO.
It's as clear as daylight who should have been appointed in terms of all of those factors.
Vincent Alexander, one of the PNC's commissioners, had said that academically, Vishnu Prasad was one of the weakest candidates for the DCEO's position.
Transcript has B's and E's, no A's, must be one B.
Channel 2 Headline News asked if Mr. Jagdeo was challenging Mr. Alexander's opinion on the matter.
I don't want to get into a tit-for-tat with Vincent Alexander, who's been known to mislead people. I have hundreds of cases where he has been misleading in the public.
The opposition leader then added this.
Only way you can avoid this tit-for-tat is to have an impartial investigation where people will examine all the facts. That's why I don't want to get into that for him, because it would be never ending.
For Channel 2 Headline News, Wendell Jeffrey.
Thanks, Wendell. The World Bank has approved a $35 million development policy credit to support Guyana's effort to strengthen financial sector development and fiscal management to better prepare the country to benefit from its newly developed oil and gas reserves and transform its oil wealth into human capital. Speaking on the matter, Minister of Finance Winston Jordan said, "This financing provides critical support to our reform agenda and efforts to strengthen institutions and to build a resilient economy that is capable of withstanding both external and domestic shocks. These reforms will be key to guide the management of oil revenues for the benefit of present and future generations." A mysterious illness has robbed a young woman of her sight. However, in this report, Esther Sobers tells us that the lack of sight has done nothing to dampen her dreams.
Rebecca Sandiford was an avid lover of books, gadgets, and food. She was loved and respected by her peers and family members. Sandiford, who hails from Jonestown, Mahaika, East Coast, Demerara, is the youngest of 3 siblings. The young Sandiford was social and often loved to interact with others. She was known as the person who tries to find solutions for problems. She was excellent at whatever she did. In fact, she was recognized as one of the most outstanding customer service representatives at Qualphone Bedford-Wacton branch, where she worked for over 5 years. However, over 3 years ago, all of that changed. On April 27, 2015, Sandiford's 25th birthday, something happened that would change her life forever.
My name is Rebecca Sandiford. I am 28 years of age. I wasn't born visually impaired. I lost my sight in 2015. That is on the 27th of April. That was on my birthday, my 25th birthday.
Prior to this, she had perfect vision. She was left dumbfounded by the sudden illness. The only warning she experienced were severe headaches.
Actually, it all started on the 20th of April of 2015. I started to feel ill. There was a severe pain in my head. After checking it out for many days, I've been back and forth to different hospitals, that is Baldwin Singh Mercy Hospital, as well as Georgetown Public Hospital.
To date, no doctor in Guyana is able to diagnose the cause of Sandiford's blindness. She now has to adapt to this new lifestyle, which is not always easy to do.
Honestly, people treat me differently. Some people treat me with scorn. But I guess that is just how life is. But some friends are still very close to me, but that is a few. But some aren't.
Sandy Ford is not allowing her lack of sight to stop her from pursuing her dreams of becoming a teacher.
Currently, I'm at home, but I attended Cyril Potter College of Education recently, but I was having some great difficulties with soft copies. So that is the reason why I took a break, but I will be reapplying this September and see how that goes.
However, she's optimistic that she will see again.
My heart desire is to see again.
The Sandy Ford family wishes that someone would help Rebecca to receive her sight again. If you wish provides emotional support or advice on this rare ailment, you can contact Rebecca Sandiford on 228-2858 or 682-9612.
I would just like to, advise the young people like myself, not because you have a disability, it means that, you would just give up on life. Just think positively and move on.
For Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. Don't go away. After the break, whole town police force arrested in Mexico, and Algeria abandons 30,000 refugees in the Sahara Desert. But first, here's this week's bridge retraction schedule.
The Big King you love just chickened out. Introducing the new Chicken Big King with 2 crispy chicken patties and our signature King sauce. The new Chicken Big King, now part of our Burger King favorites. Only at Burger King, where taste is king.
Need a ride around town and beyond? Look no further than Oasis Ride Taxi Service. With affordable prices and some of the best drivers in the business, we've been delivering prompt and reliable service to Guyana for over 16 years. We also offer tours, chauffeur service, and even car rentals. You can call us at 231-5554 or 225-5496. For deals, specials, and more information, find our page on Facebook. Oasis Ride Taxi Service. Let's go.
Mom, what are you doing with GPL on your list?
Child, you forgot I have to pay GPL?
You got time with GPL?
I have to keep these lights on. The customers who think in that manner and refuse to honor their obligation to GPL are obviously not playing their part in ensuring quality service delivery. So, I will continue to pay my GPL bill on time, every time.
I recognize the value of your point, Mom. You were right.
Welcome back. Now here's George Gonzalez with the regional and international headlines of the day.
The entire police force of Ocampo, Mexico has been detained on suspicion of involvement in the murder of a mayoral candidate. Fernando Angeles Juarez was fatally shot by unknown gunmen on Thursday outside of one of his properties. More than 100 politicians have been killed across Mexico ahead of general elections on the 1st of July. Angeles was the 3rd politician to be killed in the western state of Michoacan in just over a week. The town's 27 police officers and the local public security secretary were detained by federal forces in the early hours of Sunday. And internationally, the government of Algeria is accused of abandoning more than 13,000 people in the Sahara Desert over the past 14 months. The 14,000 include pregnant women and children who were expelled from the nation without food or water and forced to walk under a blistering sun. Some never made it out alive. The expelled migrants and refugees can be seen coming over the horizon by the hundreds, appearing at first as specks in the distance under temperatures of up to 48 degrees Celsius. The majority seek help in the neighboring nation of Niger, while others wander for days before a United Nations rescue squad can find them. And finally, U.S. President Donald Trump has called for speedy deportations that bypass any judicial process in a tweet on Sunday, saying, "When somebody comes in, we must immediately, with no judges or court cases, bring them back from where they came." His comments come days after Trump reversed a policy to separate migrant children from their parents following fierce backlash at home and abroad. As of May, all migrants who cross the U.S. border illegally face criminal prosecution under the zero-tolerance policy. Since then, more than 2,300 children were separated from their parents. Channel 2 Headline News, George Gonzalez.
Thanks, George. Here's the weather for the week. And that's Channel 2 Headline News for this Monday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to find Channel 2 Headline News on Facebook, YouTube, and our website, headlinenewsguyana.com. You can also tune in 6:30 tomorrow morning for a rebroadcast and Tuesday evening at 7 for more news. For now, I am Baby Bacchus signing out from your newscast saying thank you for welcoming us into your homes and do have a blessed evening.